you and Purdy just don't come to an agreement because he wants to get $54 million. Is there something that you think about it? That's all I'm saying.
That is a ton of money for Brock Purdy, bro.
I know.
That's Matt. That leads me to my point. That leads me to the next topic, man.
I don't think you.
That's a lot of fucking money for Brock
Think
Purdy.
about what you're saying,
Tua got paid 53.5. So if I'm Brock Purdy's age, I'm like, why the fuck would I'm not taking a penny under that because my stats are better. I've been to Super Bowl and I've been to NFC Championship. But Tua,
I just don't understand. I just don't get. Shaun Salisbury and I talk about it on his show every day. I just don't understand why your mistake has to be my fucking mistake. That's the one thing I don't get. Why do I got to pay you just because fucking Tua got paid? Like, that's not my mistake, homie. Like, see, that's the problem. I don't understand why we have to pay him. We don't have to pay him. Matt, the market, but there's no teams left. There's no teams. There's no teams out there.
So how many people? If you're the Niners and you like Shador or you like Cam, could you think Tennessee and or Cleveland would say, yo, we'll trade you, San Francisco will trade you Purdy and we're keeping our first rounder because we're giving you our quarterback. We'll give you Purdy and our second round pick and next year's second round pick. And we want to move up to 1 or 2 to take 1 or 2 quarterbacks and then start that rookie and save the fucking $55 million a year. And Purdy goes to one of those 2 teams on a 1 year.
Right.
That's what he's got left, right? On a 1 year prove it deal. Yeah. And you go down and you prove it. You want to fucking be the bad motherfucker and make $60 million a year. Brock, here's your opportunity because San Francisco's not going to do it. Personally, that's what I would do. There's no way I'm paying him that money, but I'm not letting him go for nothing. So,
well, here's the problem. I'm the flip side. I want to play whatever you want to call it, bad cop, good cop. I want to be the flip side GM in Tennessee or Cleveland, and I'm going to call you, Matt, and I'm going to say, fuck out of here. You think I'm giving you the first round for fucking Brock Purdy? See, that's the problem. That's what I don't think anyone wants to really talk about, Matt.
They would do it.
Matt, I just don't think people are talking about this. I don't understand why the Niners don't say, you know what, Brock? You think you're worth this money? Go shop. Because there's nobody left to buy, Matt. And I'm just being honest. Tennessee is not about to give this dude $50 million. They would be fucking asinine.
Let me ask this question. But looking at it, take away just the money. Evaluate Cam Ward, Brock Purdy, Shador Sanders. Out of those 3 guys, because Brock's pretty young still, retrospectively, and he played a ton of college football. So, all that said.
And he's been to a Super Bowl and NFC Championship games. I'm taking Purdy.
Who do you want to grow with?
Okay. Purdy all day.
Purdy. So, if you're
that's not a good option, though.
Maybe the $50 million is worth it rather than trying to bet on a rookie. So, I personally, that's what I would do. I think it's good for Cleveland and or Tennessee. And it's really, I think it's really good for Shador, Cam Ward. They end up with fucking Kyle Shanahan and surrounded by pretty fucking elite talent.
Even though you still got money, Matt, to your point.
To spend and bring more weapons in. More pieces to
let me ask you.
I think that's how San Francisco stays competitive. Yeah. I think it's how rather than paying Purdy.
Let's deep dive into this 49ers situation. I want to deep dive in there, get a different perspective. I've gotten these. I've been talking. Smitty and I've been beating a dead horse all week long with this Niner thing, and I'm trying to open up different doors to why this is the approach that Lynch and Shanahan has taken, and I just can't figure out anyone. The doors that I open, I can't find the white fucking beam of light that tells me that they've been saved. I don't find it, Matt. Here's why. You've gotten rid of 15-plus players, and arguably your best players at each position are gone. From Debo to Charvarius Ward to Funga to fucking Greenlaw to fucking, I mean, it just keeps going. The best guard in football, your right tackle. I mean, I don't understand. One of your great backs in Mitchell goes to Kansas City. And proving that, my point, every single person they released got scooped up immediately for really cheap, by the way. Greenlaw, 3-year, $35 million. In today's markets, of Smitty's point, that seems pretty fucking cheap. So I'm trying to figure out what the fuck the Niners are thinking And it only continues to raise one red flag for me. They're not ready to give Purdy the keys to the Lamborghini. I just can't see how are they going to give him $50 million to the market's point, and you just crippled a roster when you're a bus rider, in my opinion, not a driver. You're telling me now that I'm going to put even more onus on you, Brock Purdy, without the talent that you've had for 3 years and you've been in a Super Bowl opportunity, and now you just can't. What? It makes zero sense unless I'm going to take a year shot on Aaron Rodgers. I'm going to take a year shot on Purdy as a tag because that's not out the picture. I can tag him. But here's the second part of this door I opened, Matt. Who the fuck's out there to replenish the roster that you just cut? Everybody's gone, Matt. Every free agent out there, the big-time ones, are gone. And then you're telling me you're gonna get, I don't know how many picks they have, Bailey, in the first 3 rounds, but you're not replenishing Greenlaw, Ufunga, Javarius Ward, fucking your right guard that went to Green Bay. Like, I'm just saying, it makes no sense as to how they're replenishing a roster and are going to rebuild this with a quarterback that all three of us think pretty average. I like Purdy and all that, but he's not top 5 elite guys in the league. That's money to me that I just can't spend on a guy when no roster around him. It made sense for cheap. It made perfect sense when he was cheap and I had a loaded roster, Matt. Now I got no roster, and I'm about to pay a guy that didn't win the Super Bowl? I can't do it. Something's going on, man. I just want to ask you, get you a different perspective you maybe could open your eyes on as to why this is and why they're going about this approach. I don't understand it. I'm lost.
I mean, look, they're kind of between a rock and a hard place here, too, because there's the expectation that because Purdy went to a Super Bowl, he's 4-2 in the playoffs, it's a good problem to have, right? Like,
right.
You could be sitting here saying, well, you know, our starter sucks and we just got to replace him. But look, yes, they've depleted the roster to a point. $320-some million to guys in free agency in 4 days. Yeah. It's a record. It's crazy. They've lost some good players. That said, if they can find a way to stay fucking healthy, they return a great roster. So do you want the ultimate manager in Purdy, and there's trust there between the coaches and the player? And then how do you finagle this so it's more interesting and pops off the screen so we see what we need to? And everyone does. Every pundit wants to see Purdy takes the next step, the offense explode, big numbers, you know, dropping fucking dimes, blah, 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 blah. Everyone's looking for that. So when you have the personnel that they have, the question becomes very simple. Can he do that job? And when he's healthy, we've seen him operate at an extremely high level and take him to the Super Bowl. So I guess it makes it extremely black and white to me from this perspective. Where are you gonna find somebody better than that right now?
Well, that's what my point. I don't know if you can.
But then again,
the point, though.
He's not worth $50 million a year, bro. That's fucking crazy shit.
But the problem is with that, there's a lot of quarterbacks not worth. Trevor Lawrence,
I guess, am I wrong? Is he worth $50 million?
No, I'm with you, man. I don't think he's worth it. But again, Tua's not worth the money he's getting for being real. Trevor Lawrence ain't worth the money that he's getting for being real. You know, every year when the quarterback's like time is up, we feel like a guy will get paid. I remember years ago, Jimmy G for a little while was the highest paid quarterback for a hot second. It just the market is the market, unfortunately. So is he worth it to us from play? No. But is he worth it compared to the QB market with other QBs who's around his same level are getting paid? I think so. I went to a Super Bowl and NFC Championship, and my numbers are better than Tua. I'm healthier than Tua.
Let me get perspective.
Because that's, to me, the best comp in terms of what he got paid and level where he's at. So that's just where I'm at.
The only issue is, Matt and Smitty, I get all that, and I get the market, and I know you guys bring up the market all the time. Here's the difference in Tua's market and Sunshine's market and Kyler Murray's market. There were willing participating teams out there willing to pay him also. There is no fucking team right now willing to pay. I want you to shop the market and tell me.
I want to see, though. I'm curious.
But here's my point. If they put him out there, do you really think no one would be interested?
Yeah, because here's my point. Well, this is
I bet the coach before Danny died.
This is what I want to say, though. This is the point I'm trying to fucking make with this, though. Like, I want to say, all right, Purdy, we've given you a hard $45 million, because that's what the rumor is that's in front of Brock Purdy right now. $45 million, and he said, no, I won't do a dime under 55.
Oh, my God. And you know what? Good for him.
Yeah,
he's holding the hand.
From a business standpoint,
that's the case.
I do.
Hold on, but if that's the case, homie, tell me, is Cleveland giving him $55 million?
They can't. They ain't even got it because they paid
My point is Tennessee giving them $55 million?
Tennessee?
No, fuck no. They got too many holes, Smitty. They got too many holes.
Tony Pollard
is the Giants.
They could give him $55 million, but I don't think they will.
In the AFC South, I think they would. Seriously.
They could, but they won't.
Are the Giants, who didn't pay Saquon fucking Barkley, going to give him $55 million? Come on, man. Think about it. There's only 3 teams out there. I'm just telling you, let them go shop. Let them go fucking find out the hard way. And then look, even worse, Matt, by the way, you know when you come out there and find out nobody really wants you for that money, and then you come back to the Niners, guess what happens?
Now it's 42, homie. Now it's 40.
No, Matt knows what's going to happen. The NFL is like blood in the water. They're going to say, oh, shit, now I can get this motherfucker for $38 million because now he fucking shopped and didn't get paid, homie. He's going to fucking castrate himself. I'm telling you. He better take the 45. He better take the fucking 45 and stay put, or his ass is going to get exposed because this league is not very good. We're not acting like this is the Dan Marino fucking era. This is a league where quarterback play is as mediocre as it's ever been, and we're talking about paying this guy money that's going to keep your roster down for fucking 5 years to come. So I just don't get it.
Don't take it, Purdy. Hold out.
Yeah, after this conversation, I'm saying, fuck you, Brock Purdy. Bet on yourself, dog.
Get that double nickel, homie.
Now, but I will say this. I'm also not the GM, and it's not my money, so fuck it. But it's – look, Brock Purdy, I really, truly believe that if Tennessee or Cleveland have the opportunity to get him, that might be a blockbuster move for San Francisco that puts everybody in a position – that they yearn to be in. They get a more veteran guy. He signs the contract he wants to sign. San Francisco gets out from the contract. They get the future, younger, more highly touted first-round guy that they can evaluate in 3 years to see if they want to sign him to that contract. And that's it. And then that seems to me like the best route to take. Now, I don't know if they're going to fucking do it or not. So I guess we'll see. But that sure would be cool.
Imagine Shador with the gold and the red or the crimson on in the Bay and Cali.
Looks clean, son.
It makes sense. It just makes sense now.
Yep.
See him in the backfield healthy. Woo! But we'll see, man. But
he's surrounded by fucking talent. So
let me go back to the Niners real quick. So you signed an aging, and we all love Trent Williams. Fuck, unbelievable, right? But we signed an aging Trent Williams to a two-year deal. So he's got 2 more years. He's aging, let's be honest. CMC, Matt, just came off another injury where out of the last 3 years has played less games than he's missed more games than he's played. And we're depending on him as being our offensive weapon. We don't even know if he's going to even fucking be 70% close to what he is. You got Brandon Jennings, a guy that nobody expected to be the number 1 receiver on the roster, was the number 1 receiver on the roster, who is still right now probably the best receiver on the roster, with Brandon Ayuk tweeting out little bitching and moaning again because his homie got traded out. Debo. You lost Debo, Kittle's getting older. I still love him to death, but I think, honest, he's being riddled with little injuries and nicks and knacks. You got
that team, yeah.
You lost your right guard and right tackle. You're going to have to replace. And you lost your fucking nuts and guts of your offense in Jusic, who is your H-back move tight end guy.
That's a really hard one for me to
I'm just saying, where is this offense going to get better with a guy that's a bus rider at QB you're going to pay 40, 50 mil to? I don't understand the logic. But if I had to ask you, Matt, it's a poll question, Matt, and we'll transition real quick because I know we got other shit. Who has lost this offseason? The Cowboys or the Niners?
The Cowboys. The Niners are just making moves. The Cowboys always lose the offseason, and they don't look any better yesterday with Lawrence and Micah Parsons bitching at each other. And the Cowboys may have made some moves that look good on paper, and I know San Francisco lost a lot of guys, but the Cowboys is literally a fucking clown show. It's a shit show of an organization. At least San Francisco's just making business decisions, and maybe some of those decisions are questionable. Everything Dallas does is a fucking reality TV show moment, and it's ridiculous.
Well, I'm hearing Dallas
after each other and shit. Come on.
I'm hearing that Cooper Kupp might be signing to Dallas, and then Miles Sanders happened overnight. Miles Sanders plans to sign with the Cowboys too on a 1-year deal. So
that's also a nice
they need a running back, so that's a solid option to add to the backfield. And Cooper Kupp, if he's healthy, is in a good number.
Who's replacing Zach Martin?
So I do have.
Who's replacing Zach Martin and Tyron Smith? Because until they figure those spots out, you can have as many skill guys as you want.
They'll probably go to the draft out soon.
Well, I would hope. I don't know where else you're going to find it.
Let me ask you in Cleveland, Matt, real quick. If I'm Cleveland right now and I know that my quarterback who's on a huge deal is out this year and I got to play and I got to build a roster. I'm going to be honest with you. If I'm the GM, and I know this is an opinionated take, I'm not the GM. If I'm the GM, though, I'm going to be honest, it's going to be hard for me to pass on Abdul Carter to go across to fucking Myles Garrett when I know I'm going to build this team, and I'll just go get a Jameis Winston, a big arm talent, to get some wideouts and stretch the field, run the football, good old line still, good run game there, play defense, fucking get a generational talent to go along with Myles Garrett for another 5, 7, 8 years, and then hopefully if we do get Deshaun Watson back or Deshaun figures out, hey, I'm cooked, I'm gone, and then you build from that point on. But right now, I get the best available pick for that roster, and that to me is Abdul Carter, not a quarterback.